Fascinating.
So the guides were sharing with me that I needed my father's bloodline. And then all of a sudden I see this really cool line, this light, white light with some green in it line. And they showed it. It goes all the way back. And suddenly I'm looking at this digital map. It's like I'm in the screening room, on the hologram, the holodeck that's on the Enterprise. And
Okay.
showing me this huge screen, and they're showing me Europe, and it looks a little bit different. It changed. All of a sudden, it started to morph and change as the tectonic plates change and everything. And they're showing me back, 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 back. And suddenly I see Wylder, and they're saying the Wylder tribe. And
Hmm.
I'm like, wow. And they said, your bloodline through your father goes back to that. And all of a sudden, I see these burly dudes with like big like skirts and fur things and
Yeah.
slings. They got clubs and they've made their own machetes, and they're like out and they're fighting. They're fighting. They're fighting the Africans. They're fighting anybody who's come into their land. They're fighting them. And they said, I said, well, what are they like? And my guides are so funny. They they took this out of my psyche from my childhood. They said, just think of the Wilders as rock'em sock'em robots.
Oh my God. I love that.
And I see the red one and I see the blue one in the little box.
Right. Yeah.
And I laughed. Then I went, that's so funny. And I woke myself up
Oh my
saying
gosh.
that out loud. I'm like, you guys are so funny. And then I went, oh. And then I said, oh, wait, what's going on? And I literally felt this energy reach down and pull me back up. And they said, no, we're not done yet. And they pulled me up out of my body. And they said, you got to come back in. And I said, okay. I'm like, did I almost wake myself up? And they said, you're fine. You're good. And they said, so just know the Wilders are very grounded and are very invested in the third dimension and are very physical. And you need that in order to stay in your body because you're such a high frequency that if you didn't have that energy, you would leave the body so quickly and so easily as you've experienced multiple times throughout your life. So I need my dad's lineage to stay grounded in this body. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to stay here and be physical. Then they show me my mom's family, which is Finnish, and then there's Italian, and then there's Asian in there, and there's Laplander and all of that.
Mhm.
And they said your mother's line is where all of your psychic abilities come from. And then they showed it to me, and they said it leads back to Middle Earth and the Fae, the fairies.
Oh, I can see that. I can see that.
And her line was
For
like blue
sure.
and indigo and purple, and her line dance, dance, and all of a sudden they take me out of the 3D and they bring me into Middle Earth and they show me the Fae, and I see FAE, and they show me the fairies, and they said, this is where your mother's lineage comes from.